Hey everyone, this is Mr. Isometric, and in the last video we made this FPS game character, and in today's video we are going to create the gun select UI screen. So let's get started. I will first import all the required assets. These assets are nothing but the images of the guns. So I think they were inside the Blender folder. Game assets, guns, and here they are, thumbnails. So something like this to represent our guns. So I have imported each and every 4 images. So let me just right click and create a folder. We can name this as gun sprites. These are now just simple images. Okay, let's plug that over there. And these images are in the texture type default, so we need to change them to sprite 2D UI, and we need to do that for each and every one of them. So just select everything and then we will just click on sprite 2D UI and click on apply. Okay, great. And now what we will do, we will just take a canvas inside our scene. So just right click and we will create our UI canvas, and this canvas will have the panel. So let's add in a panel. Let's go inside the 2D view by clicking over here. I will select our canvas and press F in our game, or you can say scene view. Now select the canvas and change the UI scale mode to scale with screen width, and I like to set this to 0.5. Alright, and now we will add one more panel, and this panel, let me just rename this panel to something like 9 mm, or we can start with okay, let's start with 9 mm. Now we can just scale this. So if you hold down like this, click on any one of the corner, hold down shift, and then it will maintain its aspect ratio. But if you hold down alt, then it will scale it inside the center. So yeah, something like that. And now what we will do is we will take our background panel and let's make it a little bit black. You can change the transparency from over here. I will just create it to something like 0.8 and a little bit darker. Now select the 9 mm and we need to change the source image to 9 mm one. Also you can change the alpha settings from over here. So I would like to make it fully opaque, and then we will just drag this to the place where we want it. So I think something like over there is good. So we can just Ctrl D to duplicate that 9 mm and then F2 to rename it. We will name this as LUGER, which is the name of that another gun. So I will just drag it on the side like this. Let us select both of them and let's move it a little bit down, because I'm going to write gun select on the top. And now you can just go over here and then change its image to Dagger, and then Ctrl D to duplicate them both, and let's move it down somewhere over there. We can rename this to AK-47, and let's rename this one to M4. So AK will have the AK sprite, which is over there, and M4 will have its own M4 sprite. Okay, so this is a very simple UI. You can for the tutorial sake I'm keeping it simple, not doing anything fancy. So let me also add in a text. So UI, and then I will add in a text. This text will be select gun. Let's drag it on the top, and we cannot see anything right now. I will just increase the font. Let me just go in the color and change its color real quick. I will make it something like green. Let's put this at the center and let's scale it up. So again hold down Alt and then you will be able to scale it like this with maintaining its current position of the center. And now I will just add in select gun, and then we will increase the font size. Let's write select a gun because we are only going to select one gun, and then we are going to hide this canvas panel. Okay, so we are going to hide each and everything inside this canvas later, by the way. So what we want to do is we want to take the reference of each and every one of them, and the way which we are going to do is we are going to make a game manager, and I have already made a game manager right over here, as you can see. Let me just delete that. I will do it again. So game manager, just right click and create a empty. You can reset its transform, by the way, it doesn't matter, but you can do that. Now we will add in a script on this game manager. So let's add in a script, and we will create a new script in the script machine, which will known as let me just delete the old one. Okay, so main game manager, let's create something like that. So main game manager, let's delete, or we do have to use them, so let's do start with start. So at the start, this everything, I think we will hide everything like this. So we can unhide them, but let's just keep it that way. So at the start of the game everything is visible, and we want to select a gun, so this will appear, and then we want to hide everything. Okay, so start menu is not that important, I guess, because we can just keep it on like this, and we can turn it off later. So yeah, we don't need to hide anything. So what we will do now is we will take the reference of our canvas. So we need to create, or we can just find that game object. So find, and then third result is this. So we need to type the exact name of our canvas, and then from over here you can take a reference of each and every one of them. You can use for loop, but I think I will directly just take each and every one of them as a child. So get child index, and we need 4 of the guns, which are 1 2 3 4. Okay, Control D to duplicate it, and we want this 4 times. Let me just make it bigger. Just plug this over here in the transform. So now this index number represents the child. So the panel is 0th child, 9mm is 1, Lugger is 2, AK is 3, and M4 is 4, and also the canvas, this select gun is 5. So we only need guns for now, so we will take the 9mm as 1. By the way, this index number starts from 0 to nth, the last number, so do make sure that this is 0 and this is 1. So 9mm, and then second one is the second pistol, third one is AK, and the fourth one is M4. So we just got those guns, and now we need to check if we click on them. So to do that, we can use event on pointer. So on pointer there are this many events, so we want on pointer click. So on pointer click on where, so we want this images, so we just took those images right over here, so you can just directly plug their transform in this. And we also need 4 of them. Control D to duplicate it. And now we have got 4 of those guns. Just make it a little bit smaller. Okay, let's change to console. This increases the space. Now we can delete this update, by the way. So we took the reference from the canvas, each and every one of the gun, and if we click on any of them, we will get this event running. So now what we want to do is we want to take the reference of the guns, the actual guns which are in the game. So if I just I will just show you. So if I just focus on my character over here, he has already guns in his hand, but they are disabled. So if I just go into the armature, this bone, and then they are in his left hand, by the way. So this gun game object holds all the gun. This holds all the guns. So what we will do is we will take a reference of this. So we do need to create a variable right now, so I will just create a scene variable, and that scene variable will be guns. So I have already created it. I will just show you again how to do it. So guns, let's create a new variable, scene variable, and this will be a game object, and this game object is nothing but this gun game object, which holds all the gun. They are disabled, and which means you can just enable them like this. Okay, so I think their materials has got deleted by me somehow, so let me just check. Yep, their material is gone. So I think I will just quickly make their material and then I'll get back to you all. Okay, so I didn't upload any of the other maps, but I will do that later. So as you can see, the M4, the AK-47, the Luger, and the 9mm, everyone are in their places, but they are just disabled. So let's just take the reference, and as we have seen, we have taken the reference over here. Now I will again go into my game manager, and we need to import that variable which is our guns. So let's just import them, and now we will again take the child of that. Okay, so we need 4 childs again, and let us plug this gun variable into this transform socket. Now we need to make sure that both of them matches, and from matches I mean is that in the canvas, as you can see, the first one is 9mm, Luger, AK and M4. So we need to make sure that the guns are also in the same sequence, and to do that we need to again go inside over there. So 9mm, Luger, AK, M4, 9mm, Luger, AK, M4. Okay, so they are quite right. Somehow they are right. So if they are not in the correct position, such as if the 9mm is at the 1 and over here it is at the bottom, so all you need to do is just select the correct option. So when I reference to this first one, which is 9mm, I want this 9mm transform to be over there. So for here inside the guns, as you can see, this variable reference to this, the first one is always starts from 0, so 9mm is actually a 0, and then the Luger is 1, AK is 2, and M4 is 3. So we are now mostly done. Now all we need to do is we need to have a sequence, I think that's what it is called, sequence node. So we need to divide this into 2 sockets. You will know why. Just follow this with me. Control D to duplicate that. Okay, so we have now divided that input into two parts, because one part will select our gun and one part will select our animation, so which animation has to be played. So if you are following my series of this FPS game character, then you know that this character has same animation for same type of guns. So suppose this 9mm and Lugger both are pistols, so has pistol will be checked, then it will play the pistol holding animation. And if this both AK and M4 are AR, so they both have the same holding animation, so we just have to check them once. Hope that makes sense. I will just quickly now add in a select on flow node. So select on flow, and obviously we need 4 of them, 4 inputs. So we will select first one from each of them. This is for selecting the gun, and then we will add in a set active, because we need to set active that game object. So whatever is plugged in this will set to active, and that value should be true. And what active is representing is that this socket over here which enables and disables, this is called as active. So we are setting that, but which game object? The one which we will select from over here. So if we select our 9mm, then we will click on that 9mm image, this event will be triggered, and then the A input will be on. So these 3 will be our game objects, and that's where we plug these 4 sockets of the game objects. So let me just bring it down a little bit over here. For now I will just connect them like this. So 9mm goes there. So these are all the transform of the game objects. I will now just plug that over there. This is got a little bit messy. You can create a super unit, but for the tutorial sake I will not waste your time in this. Okay, so now that we have done this, we can now set active our game object, but now we need to also do the same for the animation. So Control D to duplicate it, and as I said earlier, I have only 2 animations, which is has pistol and has AR. So the first 2 are pistols, I guess. Yes, first 2 are the pistols. So we can group input 2 of these inputs, right? This. So if any one of this is clicked, then our first option will be selected, and if any bottom 2 are clicked, then our second option will be selected. And now what we want to do is we want to set the boolean. So set or we can type enable, not anime, enable. We need set bool name and value. So the name of the boolean will be choose from over here depending upon the selection. Plug that over there, and as you can see it turned yellow because animator component is on our character and is not on our this game manager empty. So we need to also have a reference of our character. So luckily we can just find our game character like this, and the name of the character is simple city. So we will just plug that over there. So as you can see, the yellow mark of that node is gone, and we need to set that a boolean to true. But which boolean? Well, we need to select its name. So when our first input is selected, first and second, which is pistol, so we need a string input, because obviously you put the string input over here, and it is has pistol, so we need to type it in correctly. It's case sensitive, which means words block letters matters. has pistol, and then this will be has AR. So has pistol and has AR like this. So now we can select from over here that, and do we need to do anything else? Yes, after selecting a gun we need to hide everything in our canvas. So I will just collapse this one. So as you can see in the canvas we need to hide 0 1 2 3 4 5 objects. So once we select everything, once it is hidden we won't be able to select, so disabling this script won't matter. What I will do is I will just create a for loop, and what for loop does is it goes from first to last number in this increment. So if I just put 2 over here, it will go in the multiples of 2, which is 2 4 6 8, but let's just put it 1 over here, and as you can see it is taking the index value. So what we can do now is we can just reference our canvas again. So we need to hide the stuff inside the canvas but not hide this main object canvas. So let me just type canvas over here. We are just finding the game object. I just duplicated it from over there. So we need to take the child, but we will do it in a more procedural way. So count, or we can say child count, where it is. Okay, so transform get child count. So this will this child count will be the total number of children available in this parent, which is our canvas right now. So the number will be 0 1 2 3 4 5. So this number will be 5. So we need to go from 0 to 5, right? So we can just plug that over there in the last, and then once we are done with that, we will also create a get child from the index. So this index will go in this index section, and then we want to set them as inactive. So set active game object, set active value. We will plug body inside this, and let's plug this transform over there, and the value will be unchecked. Now this child belongs to this canvas, so we need to plug that canvas over there too, inside this node canvas in this transform socket. So now what it will do is after we select a gun, this flow will get triggered once, and then it will loop through all the childrens and it will disable them one by one. So I think that's it. We are done with our script, and now let's watch our script in action. So I will just Ctrl S to save it, and let's hit play to see what we have done. Let me just make the view a little bit bigger. So as you can see, I can now hover my mouse over each gun, and if I select the M4, the M4 gun is selected, and now I can just move around in my game. Let me just pause it. Let's play it again, and now let's select the 9mm pistol, and as you can see it is holding the pistol, the right animation is playing, and the canvas is hiding. So that's how you make your gun selector in the game. You can add more guns. In that way you have to use more child nodes, so it is a bit tedious work. I think you can make that procedural too, but I hope this video helped you and will help you in making your game. I tried to be as simple as possible, but if you still have missed something, then I will just give you the overview of this node setup, so it will be easier for you to copy it. You can take the screenshot right now, a little bit lower, and this last part. Okay, so I hope my video helped. and it will help you to create your game. Please do mind liking and subscribing if you like this video, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.